Liverpool's search for another marquee attacking signing has just taken another fascinating twist, with fresh comments from Bradley Barcola doing little to silence the growing speculation surrounding a potential move to Anfield. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Speaking ahead of France's World Cup last 16 clash with Paraguay, the Paris Saint-Germain winger was inevitably questioned about his future. Rather than shutting down the rumours, Barcola offered a deliberately cautious response that has only intensified the conversation. The 23-year-old admitted that, for now, his entire focus remains on helping France lift the World Cup. But when asked whether he would still be a PSG player afterwards, he simply replied, "Honestly, I don't know yet." Reporters present described his answer as notably evasive, suggesting there could be far more happening behind the scenes than he's willing to reveal during the tournament. That uncertainty comes at a time when Liverpool's interest appears to be gathering serious momentum. Following Yan Diomandé's decision to prioritise a move to Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool have reportedly shifted their attention towards Barcola, with the French international now emerging as one of the club's standout attacking targets. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has revealed that Barcola sits right at the top of Liverpool's shortlist as they look to strengthen their forward line. Romano stressed that the Reds' admiration has never disappeared, insisting supporters should never have ruled Barcola out, although any move will ultimately depend on whether Liverpool can reach an agreement with PSG over what would undoubtedly be a blockbuster transfer fee. That won't be straightforward. Reports suggest Paris Saint-Germain value Barcola at more than £160 million, a figure that would make him one of the most expensive signings in Liverpool's history. However, after showing last summer a willingness to spend huge sums on players like Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak, Liverpool have already demonstrated they are prepared to invest heavily when they believe they've identified the right player. Any deal could also depend on departures. Romano has highlighted Tottenham's interest in Cody Gakpo as one situation worth monitoring, with Liverpool believed to value the Dutch international at more than £60 million. While Gakpo certainly isn't guaranteed to leave, significant outgoing business would naturally strengthen Liverpool's ability to finance another elite addition. What's perhaps most intriguing is just how perfectly Barcola appears to fit Liverpool's recruitment profile. Analysis produced by The Athletic alongside Skill Corner rated him as an astonishing 99.6% stylistic match for Luis Diaz, while also recording a 97.7% similarity to Cody Gakpo. In other words, Liverpool wouldn't simply be signing an exciting young winger, they'd be bringing in a player whose attributes closely mirror two attackers already trusted within the squad. For now though, everything remains on hold while Barcola concentrates on World Cup duty. France are among the favourites to lift the trophy, and the winger is playing a major role in their campaign. After scoring in the impressive 3-0 victory over Sweden, he has now registered 2 goals and 1 assist in 4 matches, averaging a goal contribution every 69 minutes. Once France's World Cup journey comes to an end, expect this story to accelerate rapidly. With Barcola refusing to guarantee his future at PSG and Liverpool's interest becoming increasingly public, this is one transfer saga that could dominate the headlines throughout the remainder of the summer. In other news, sporting director Richard Hughes is now expected to leave Anfield to take up a lucrative role with Saudi Pro League giants Al Hilal, according to respected journalist David Ornstein. While speculation surrounding Hughes' future has circulated for months, this is the strongest indication yet that his time at Liverpool could be coming to an end. Reports had previously suggested the 47-year-old had already agreed to become Al Hilal's new sporting director, although those claims were initially downplayed by sources close to the club. Now, however, the expectation is that Hughes will make the move to Riyadh after completing Liverpool's summer transfer business. The timing is certainly intriguing. Hughes is currently overseeing one of Liverpool's most important transfer windows in years, working alongside CEO of football Michael Edwards, assistant sporting director David Woodfine, and FSG technical director Julian Ward as new head coach. Andoni Iraola begins shaping his squad ahead of the new campaign. Despite the uncertainty surrounding his future, Hughes is reportedly fully committed to Liverpool's recruitment plans throughout the remainder of the transfer window. However, it's understandable that supporters may question whether his long-term focus can remain entirely on Liverpool when his next destination already appears to be lined up. Interestingly, Hughes won't be arriving at Al Hilal alone. His former Bournemouth colleague Simon Francis has already left his technical director role on the South Coast to join the Saudi club, meaning the pair are expected to reunite in Riyadh once Hughes officially makes the switch. His eventual exit would also leave Liverpool with another huge decision to make. Replacing a sporting director is never straightforward, particularly after a period of significant change behind the scenes. One possible solution could already be in-house, with assistant sporting director David Woodfine emerging as a leading candidate for promotion. Woodfine has become an increasingly influential figure at the AXA training centre and was heavily involved in welcoming Andoni Iraola following his appointment. An internal promotion could provide much-needed stability after several years of restructuring following Jurgen Klopp's departure and the subsequent changes under Arne Slot. Continuity may be viewed as a priority, especially with another major leadership change now potentially on the horizon. What's perhaps even more fascinating is that Hughes may not be the only senior figure heading for the exit. Earlier this year, reports suggested he always intended to complete only his initial 3-year contract after arriving in 2024. Meanwhile, Michael Edwards has also been linked with interest from Saudi Arabia after Fenway Sports Group paused its plans to expand into a multi-club ownership model. If both Hughes and Edwards were to leave in the near future, Liverpool could be facing one of the biggest executive overhauls the club has experienced in years, making this story one that every Red supporter will want to keep a very close eye on. While Richard Hughes remains fully focused on Liverpool's transfer business for now, all signs suggest this could be his final summer at Anfield.